Welcome back to Vision Auto Garage. Today is the 1st of June and it's also the first day of my intensive work on this Midget 1500 restoration project. A few weeks ago I'd promised 30 days solid work on this car, but the reality is it's going to be more like 20 or 21 once I factor in my days off and the days where I have other work. Until today this car has been a bit of a sideline project fitting in around other work, but now that I'm able to give it some intensive time, I'm going all in. I've decided that I'm going to strip the car down to a shell and look at my options for media blasting because the car's not going to stay orange. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the front bodywork because it either all needs replacing or repairing anyway.
The most challenging part of removing a bonnet on your own is not dropping it on your head. A suitable brace to hold it in place helps.
I've removed all the screws holding this wing on, but it's not budging. As per the other side, it's been welded along the front valance and along the top of the sill, so there's nothing for it, it's got to be cut off.
Using a thin cutting disc to separate the seam weld on the front valance and the tack welds along the sill frees up the wing. Gratuitous amounts of welding on the front valance mean that I had no choice but to hack it off with a cutting disc. A replacement was always going to be needed, but this has surely given me a little more tidying up to do later on.
All of the removable panels at the front of the car and the doors are now off, so it's time to start thinking about getting this engine out. The first thing to do though is disconnect the battery, anything that connects to, and any other connections to the engine block.
There was no clamp on this battery, so removing it was as simple as it looks. With the battery out, I worked my way around the engine, disconnecting any hose, pipe or wire tying the engine to the body, including the throttle cable, choke and fuel pipes, before removing the carbs, intake manifold and exhaust.
With everything now disconnected from the engine and the gearbox, including the prop shaft, it's time to undo the engine mounting bolts and lift the engine.
After a few pumps of the crane, I realised I hadn't disconnected the earth strap or clutch pipe, and the exhaust manifold was catching on the bell housing. A few minutes extra work and the engine was free. It's taken a deceptively long time to strip the front end and remove the engine. A solid day's work was more than I'd hoped. Inquiries have been made with local media blasting companies, and given the state of the engine bay, it's definitely required to get the results I want. Frustratingly, that's all I have time for today, but join me next time at Vision Auto Garage where I'll finish stripping the car ready for media blasting. In the meantime, if you'd like any photos or information on any of our projects, please check out our Facebook and Instagram accounts on the links below. Thanks for watching.